Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the GSMC Hoops and Heels Women's Sports Podcast, brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. My name is Samantha Genzer, and I will be your show host for you guys today. We have a great show for you guys. We'll be covering Lilly King's engagement and the U.S. Swimming Olympic trials, predictions for the 2028 Olympic basketball team, athletes that qualify for tennis and the Olympics, Dana White's take on Ronda Rousey's downfall and Amanda Nunes's possible comeback, and make sure you guys stay till the end of today's show to hear about the beach volleyball players and the top teams for the upcoming Olympics. Before we start, I would like to ask you guys to like and follow the show and to become a part of our show to tip and donate using the link gsmcpodcast.net. Also, we do get a lot of questions and comments that come from viewers during the show. So to ensure that your questions and comments get read on the air, I ask that you use the link. This puts your questions at the top of the list so that they get read on the air. And of course, it really does help the show. Again, the link is gsmcpodcast.net. Now, let's get started. I hope you guys enjoy today's content. Okay, so we're going to be starting today's episode off by talking about two things. We're going to be talking about Lilly King's engagement and U.S. Swimming Olympic trials. The U.S. Swimming Olympic trials started on the 15th and will continue to the 23rd in Indianapolis. In our Monday video, we recapped some of the events, and we did the same on Wednesday. Today, we're going to recap the finals on Wednesday and Thursday. On Wednesday, we had the women's, oh my goodness, I just almost lost my voice. I am so sorry. We had the women's 100 freestyle, and then on Thursday we had the women's 200 butterfly and 200 breaststroke, and then afterwards I wanted to talk about the women's 200 backstroke semifinals. First, let's start talking about the women's 100 freestyle. It was an electric atmosphere over the first 50 and got more intense on the back half. Gretchen Walsh, known for her speed, was out fast in 25 and was just .19 off Simone Manuel's annual American record of 52.04 seconds. Manuel herself was right with Walsh as she flipped at the halfway point in 25.16 seconds. Tori Husk, who last night became the fourth fastest American ever in the event, was third at turn, just .04 back. However, it was Kate Douglas who, despite being the American record holder in the 50 free, used her back half speed to pull herself from fourth at the turn at 25.39 seconds into first with 15 meters remaining. Douglas had the fastest split coming home and was the only swimmer under 27.5 seconds as she surged home in 27.17 seconds. For Douglas, the swim represents a new personal best by .01 and makes her the fifth fastest swimmer this season. Husk, who almost closed under 28, passed Walsh and claimed second in 52.93 seconds, just .03 off her personal best from yesterday. Manuel tried to run down Walsh, touching third, but fell short with Walsh touching third, and Manuel got fourth. Manuel, who has been open with her overtraining syndrome and mental health, will return to the Olympics for the third time, though, so that's good. In a surprise twist, Erica Canali may have to swim a second swim off in the 100 free as she and Katie DeLoof dead tied for sixth in 53.86 seconds. And if roster spots allow, up to 6 swimmers are eligible to go to Paris in the 4x100 free relay. So even though the top 2 swimmers in these events are automatically qualified for the Olympics, you still can choose who can swim the relays, but without being the top 2 finishers. Like, the coach can decide that. So that's why they will have to do a swim off. Otherwise, it wouldn't matter, if that makes sense. So moving on to Thursday's 200 butterfly. Regan Smith crushed the women's 200-meter butterfly final. No shock, to be honest. She won the race by nearly a second to lock herself into the event for Team USA at the Paris Olympics. Smith, the final top qualifier by 1.19 seconds after Wednesday's semifinals, was in second after the first 150 meters, trailing Indiana native Alex Shackle. But 22-year-old Smith turned on the speed for the final 50 to pull ahead and win with a time of 2 minutes and 5.70 seconds. She was about 2 seconds shy of her 2 minutes 3.87 seconds American record from 2023. Shackle, who is 17 years old, finished second with a time of 2 minutes and 6.69 seconds and should join Smith in the event as a first-time Olympian. Her brother, 19-year-old Aaron, won the men's 400-meter freestyle Saturday to qualify for the games as well. and he's really big Aaron Shackle. Shackle said 3 200 flies in a row is pretty challenging, so I just wanted to do the best I could in that race. Just got top 2 and not focus on my time because it was slower than my last race, but I made the team, so it doesn't really matter. And you know what? That's true. I agree with her. It doesn't really matter sometimes. Sometimes just make the top 2. Like just get it. Like she got it. She's good. She could go to the Olympics. And Smith, a 22-year-old former 3-time Olympic medalist, already guaranteed that she'd be a 2-time Olympian after breaking the 100-meter backstroke world record earlier at the trials, which we talk about in Wednesday's show. She also has the 200-meter backstroke semifinals later that night. At the 2020 Tokyo Games, she won silver in the 200 fly and bronze in the 100 back. Moving on to the 200 breaststroke, Kate Douglas brought the crowd to their feet, winning the event. Douglas was out like a shot, opening her race in 31.58 seconds, already 0.55 seconds under world record pace. She was still under the world record pace at the halfway point, splitting 1 minute 6.93 seconds to Chikanova's 1 minute 7.28 record. For the record, 1 minute 6.93 seconds would have been 5th in the 100 breaststroke final. Douglas fell off the world record pace on the third 50, but was still almost 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. She came home in 36.55 seconds, breaking the championship record that she set in prelims of this race with a 2 minutes 19.46 seconds. She got closer to her American record as well, missing it by just 0.16 seconds. The race for second was between Lilly King and Alex Walsh. King was ahead of Walsh at the first 100 meters, but Walsh turned on the gas during the third 50 with a 36.43 split, making the final turn 0.72 seconds ahead of King. But the Indiana native came charging home, throwing down a field best 36.50 seconds on the closing 50 to get her hands on the wall ahead of Walsh in 2 minutes 21.93 seconds. Walsh finished third in 2 minutes 22.38 seconds, swimming a new lifetime best though. Lastly, let's talk about the 200 backstroke semifinals. Less than an hour after the 200 butterfly final, Regan Smith was back up in the second semifinal of the 200 backstroke. She improved from her prelim swim by 2.89 seconds, powering ahead of the rest of her win in her semifinal with a 2 minutes 6.41 seconds, good for the fastest time heading into the following night's final. She took the win in the second semifinals, almost a second ahead of Claire Curzon, who posted 2 minutes 7.47 seconds to qualify for the final in third. Tokyo Olympian and 2022 world silver medalist Phoebe Bacon won the first semifinal, improving her season best by 0.01 seconds. She earned the win in that semi ahead of Katie Grimes, who is doing well in her 200 backstroke side quest. Grimes broke 2 minutes and 8 seconds for the first time that night, swimming a 2 minutes 7.75 seconds. She's sitting fourth right now and could challenge for a roster spot in this race still. It just all depends on what the top 3 people will end up choosing to race in the Olympics. And it took 2 minutes, 8.87 seconds from Kenny Noble to make it into the final. Though she missed the final, 14-year-old Audrey Devereaux swam a lifetime best 2 minutes, 9.80 seconds to move up to fourth all-time in the 13 to 14 age group. And I find it so insane that she's literally 14 years old and is doing so good. Moments after finishing in second place behind Kate Douglas and the 200-meter backstroke, to qualify for her second event of the Paris Olympics, King's boyfriend James Will proposed to her as she made her way out of the pool to the warm down area. In the clip, King appeared shocked and said, "Oh my God," before putting her hands over her mouth in disbelief, as Wells, a fellow former University of Indiana swimmer, knelt down on one knee. The proposal at Lilly King's big moment definitely stirs mixed feelings, with myself especially. It was totally sweet, right? Two people in love celebrating a huge personal moment together, super cute. But here's the rub. That night, King wasn't just any swimmer. She was making Olympic history by qualifying the 200-meter and 100-meter breaststroke for the third time. That's epic and should have been the headline. And so the proposal kind of hijacked the spotlight. Don't get me wrong, it's great for them personally, but it shifted the whole focus away from King's massive professional achievement to her personal life. Moments like hers are rare gems in sports, showcasing an athlete's sheer talent and hard work. That's what we should be buzzing about. This mix-up kind of feeds into a bigger issue about how we talk about female athletes. Sometimes it feels like their personal lives grab more headlines than their sports achievements. I mean, King just set a record that should have had us all talking about her legendary status in swimming, but instead we ended up chatting more about her engagement. I don't think this was the right time for a proposal, is what I'm saying. So while the proposal was a heart melter for sure, it's a bummer that it overshadowed what should have been a major sports headline. It's about finding that sweet spot between celebrating personal milestones and giving professional ones their due, especially when it's about breaking records and setting new standards in sports. I just felt like this proposal was kind of at the wrong time, and it took away from that historical moment and huge honor that King just had for a bunch of Olympic female swimmers. So now we're going to move into the next, but still, before we move on, I want to say congratulations to them and that I'm really happy for them too. This is very cute though. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next segment. We're going to talk about the basketball team predictions for the 2028 Olympics. Before we get into that, we're going to be taking a very short break, so I will see you guys very soon.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
I wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the basement. Statement, the top is so vacant. I don't hear shit that I think is amazing. Waiting for my day when I'm playing sold out shows for 1,000 faces. Hey, give me that crown, get in my way and to be put down. It ain't your place, all this my town. If I want that shit, then I'll get it right now. I'm losing it, the noose it fits. I'm losing shit, a stupid myth. You choose to live or choose to dip. You choose to fight or lose your grip and lose a gift.
I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world